Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to another video of Be the Best DFS Daily Fantasy Sports Talk. My name is Bradford Best, and today is August 15th, 2016, and I'll be going over my lineup strategy for tonight's main slate on FanDuel. I hope y'all got a chance to see the video on Saturday. I had a pretty good night. My lineup scored 186.7 points, and I cashed for about $58, and I also won a $25 ticket to the Mega Slam on tomorrow. And yesterday, Sunday, I also had another good day. I didn't expect to, I really wasn't planning on playing, but I ended up entering the afternoon 3-game slate at 2 o'clock. And surprisingly, my lineup put up 232 points. I played in the squeeze contest for $3 and cashed for $8. So the last couple of days has been pretty successful. I'm definitely thankful and counting those wins as blessings. Today is a new day, a new opportunity to be great, a new opportunity to be the best. Hopefully I can stay on this nice little win streak and, win some money tonight as well. So enough of that. I'm about to get started with today's slate, starting with the first position of pitcher, the most important position. For GPPs and tournaments tonight, my favorite pitcher on the board is Drew Smyly of the Tampa Bay Rays for $8,500. I like Smyly because, for one, he's at home. Tropicana Field, where the Tampa Rays play, is known to be a pitcher's park. This is his first time ever facing the Padres, so there's some unfamiliarity. And when that's the case, I give the advantage to the pitcher. And yesterday, the Padres, I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before, but they played the Mets, and Steven Matz, who's also a left-hander, he held them to no hits all the way up until the 8th inning, if I'm not mistaken. So in that game, they struggled against a mediocre left-hander, and I think Smyly is a above-average pitcher. Also, if you look at his statistics, if you look at his game log on FanDuel, his last 2 home games have been on the positive side. August 4th, he had against the Kansas City Royals at home, he had 45 fantasy points. And also July 30th, against the New York Yankees at home, he had 42 fantasy points. So when I consider all those factors, I really like Smyly tonight. Also, when you look on the other side, the Padres, I don't really have a lot of confidence in their pitcher, Perdomo. I believe that's how you pronounce his name. He don't really have good statistics on the season. Perdomo, 94 innings pitched this year. He's given up 138 hits, and his ERA is 6.8. So I have confidence in the Tampa Bay Rays getting the win tonight, the win security for that 12 points. And, Smyly is definitely my favorite player for tournaments and GPPs tonight. I think he get the win. I think he goes deep in the game, and I definitely believe he have that 40-point upside for tonight. When you look at all the other pitchers you can consider tonight, there's not much to choose from. You have Matt Scherzer at 10,000, but we all know about Coors Field and that Coors Field effect. How that's a hitter's ballpark. And me personally, I'm not willing to risk it. I'm not willing to risk it at all. That could be a good tournament play because a lot of people probably thinking the same way. Scherzer is a great pitcher, and, maybe he might go against the odds and pitch a good game. But I'm just not willing to take that risk. Felix Hernandez, I'm not a fan of him. I just don't believe in him anymore. Matt Moore, he's pitching at a pitcher's ballpark at AT&T Park in San Francisco. But I'm not really big on him. I don't think he really have high strikeout upside. And Pittsburgh, they got some pretty good right-handed hitters in Marte and McCutchen and Jung. So that's not the route I'm going to go. Kennedy, I don't like picking pitchers on the road. He's at the road at Detroit. He's a good pitcher, but I don't pick pitchers on the road. And that's about all I see that you can consider for pitcher. So for me, it wasn't a hard decision to pick Smyly for tonight. Now, I may be wrong, but I feel like he's the best option at a decent price of 8,500. Another thing I forgot to mention, one of the best players in the Padres lineups is Dickerson, and he's not in the lineup tonight, so that helps out even more. The only person I'm scared of in the Padres lineup is Will Myers, the first baseman, the right-handed hitter. Now, he's a pretty good player. He might hit Smiley, but the rest of the lineup, I'm not really worried about him. And I think Smiley is a great play for tournaments tonight. All right, moving on to the rest of my lineup, the bats. Now, we all know that, the Coors Field effect, the Washington Nationals, they're probably the top offense of the night. A lot of players going to stack the Nationals, and rightfully so. I think Washington stack could work tonight, but I'm not necessarily going to use a stack. I like some other teams. So starting with the first position of catcher, I like Wilson Ramos of the Washington Nationals for 4,000. I know he's probably going to be highly owned, but it's a lefty versus righty matchup going up against De La Rosa in a good ballpark. His price is 4,000. But Ramos, he's been having a good season. It's not often that you see a catcher batting with a 332 average. I think that's just impressive. 18 home runs on the season. No question, he's a great play for tournaments and GPPs tonight. And I love Wilson Ramos. I believe his BVP statistics versus De La Rosa, I think he might be 0 for 5. But that's not good. But it's a small sample size. But Wilson Ramos, that's the guy I like for tournaments and GPPs tonight. If your other considerations other than Ramos, I think Jonathan Lucroy playing at home, it's a lefty versus righty matchup. He's definitely a great option. Other players, it's not too much at catcher I see tonight. Maybe Brian McCann, but he has a horrible history versus R.A. Dickey. I don't think Brian McCann can really hit the knuckleball. He got one career home run, but I believe in 41 at-bats, I believe, over the last 5 years, he's batting under 200. So Brian McCann, he's just been in a little slump. And that's about all I see at catcher. I think Wilson Ramos is the play. He may be kind of chalky. His price is up there at 4,000, but I think he's worth the investment. And if you don't want to play Ramos, I think Jonathan Lucroy is also a good option. But another thing, catcher is also a position that you can typically pay down for to spend up at other positions in your lineup. So that's another option you can use. But for me, I honestly believe Wilson Ramos can have a strong game tonight. Moving on to the next position, first base. Right now, I'm paying down for this position. I definitely wouldn't recommend that y'all do the same thing I'm doing. For first base, I like the player at the very, very bottom of the player pool at first base. And his name is Choi for the Los Angeles Angels. Now, I know y'all hear that, and some of y'all are probably like, who? But his name is G-Man Choi. Just doing some research. He hit a home run on last night. And his last home game that he played, which was on August 4th, he hit 2 home runs. Now, I don't even know this guy, but just looking at his last his game yesterday and his last home game and the price of 2,000, he'll probably be like 1 or 2% owned, if that. He's a left-handed hitter going up against King Felix, so that could be an issue. But one thing, Felix, he's gonna go right at him, and I think Choi could get a cheap home run. Another thing I want to say about my reasoning for choosing Choi, the Angels and the Mariners game is one of my favorite games on the slate tonight. I looked at the Roto Grinders weather report, and the guy Kevin Roth, he was saying that the wind is supposed to be blowing out to right field at 10 to 15 miles per hour. I put a lot of stock into that. So in my opinion, I believe the left-handed hitters in that game are going to be more prone to hit home runs. And Choi, he's just someone that's not going to be on anybody's radar. This is for tournaments and GPPs, so he's a player that I'm gonna stick in there. Hopefully he starts. But of course, if you're not paying down for first base, Choi is not the player to pick. I say Will Myers, even though I got Smiley. Myers, he's in a good spot. Joey Votto at home, lefty versus righty matchup. Edwin Encarnacion is always a viable option. I think Justin Smoke for the Toronto Blue Jays. Always consider left-handed hitters at Yankee Stadium. He's batting 7th in the order, so that might not be good, but Smoke could be a sneaky good play. And another player that I want to point out to y'all, Logan Morrison for the Tampa Bay Rays at 2,800, a left-handed hitter. I just believe that the San Diego pitcher tonight is going to struggle, and I like a lot of Tampa Bay Rays tonight. So Morrison, I think he's also a nice option. And that's about it at first base. It's not a full slate. I think it's about 7 games. So it's going to be, the options are going to be few and in between. It's going to be limited tonight. But, again, right now, I'm telling you, I'm going off the wall with this pick, and I'm using Choi for the Angels. Hopefully he start. But, if you don't want to pay down for him again, I would say the best first baseman, let me not forget Brandon Belt also for the San Francisco Giants. So Brandon Belt, Will Myers are, I think, the top 2. And the sneaky ones can be Justin Smoke or Logan Morrison. All right, moving on to the next position. I didn't do much analyzing over this position in second base because there was only 2 guys that I wanted to choose between. And that's Ian Kinsler and Robinson Cano. And basically, it's a BVP statistic type of thing. Kinsler, in 12 at-bats, he's batting like .583 versus Ian Kennedy with 1 career home run. And also, Ian Kinsler is leading off. So all those things make for him to be a great play for tournaments and GPPs tonight. But I like Robinson Cano a little better. He's 4 for 6 versus Nolasco over the last 5 years with 2 career home runs. And like I mentioned when I was talking about the first base position, I love this game because the wind is supposed to be blowing out to right field. Former home run derby champion, Robinson Cano is pretty much my lock for tonight at second base. I think he get at least 1 home run, maybe 2, 20-plus fantasy points. Robinson Cano, that's my guy for the second base position. Of course, the Coors Field effect, you should definitely consider Daniel Murphy. I believe he had the day off yesterday versus the Braves, but Murphy, he's in play. And also Logan Forsythe for the Tampa Bay Rays. He's leading off. And like I said, I don't believe in this San Diego pitcher. Nick Franklin for the Tampa Rays. Everybody on the Tampa Bay Rays I like tonight. I just like them for some reason. I'll explain at the end of the video. And that's about all I see at second base. But the top 2, I think, are Ian Kinsler and Robinson Cano. I like Robinson Cano a little more because of the weather conditions that's going to be at Angel Stadium. All right, moving on to the next position, third base. Kyle Seager for the Seattle Mariners. The same game. This is my third person from this game. I love this game right here for the left-handed bats. Kyle Seager for 3,400. I believe he never hit a home run against the pitcher, Nolasco, but he's batting .333. I believe it's 3 at-bats or 6 at-bats. I'm not sure. But I just believe that left-handed bats are in play tonight in LA. And Kyle Seager, he definitely has the potential to hit home runs. He has 22 on the season, decent batting average of .284. Nolasco isn't even that great of a pitcher. So Kyle Seager, I love him tonight. Even if you want to do a Mariners stack, I think that's a viable option. But Kyle Seager, that's my guy at third base. Other options other than Seager, Coors Field effect, or Arenado for the Rockies, Anthony Rendon for the Nationals. Of course, they're in play. You got Adrian Beltre in a lefty versus righty matchup, so Adrian Beltre could be possibly a good option. And like I said, I like all of the Tampa Bay Rays. Evan Longoria, he's definitely a possible option you could use. And that's about all I see at the third base position. I actually had Longoria in at first, but Kyle Seager is a little cheaper. And when I consider the ballpark where the game is being played at tonight, Seager is definitely probably going to be that play for me. Moving on to the next position, the shortstop position. This is one of my favorite shortstops to play. I play him a lot. And this is going to be Brad Miller for the Tampa Rays at 3,800. He's a left-handed hitter. Now, Tropicana Field, like I mentioned when I was talking about the pitcher, it's a tough ballpark to hit in. But, I don't think that mattered, man. Miller, he killed right-handed pitching. And he definitely has the potential to put up high fantasy point totals. Just on August 13th against the Yankees, 44 fantasy points. He hit 2 home runs. And like I said, I don't believe in this pitcher, Perdomo. I think he's going to get lit up tonight. So Brad Miller is that guy that I like. Now, other options at the shortstop positions, make sure y'all pay attention to this. Trey Turner for the Washington Nationals. I think he's the top tournament play and cash play. Playing at Coors Field, lefty versus righty matchup. This guy is one of the fastest guys in the majors. If he get on base and somebody get a hit, he's likely to score. He's likely to steal a base. This guy he's just being really good for his rookie season. So if you're playing cash games or tournaments, Trey Turner for 4,200, I think he's a excellent play tonight. Others at the shortstop position. I believe that's. Wait, hold on. Oh, okay. Yeah, let me a sneaky play if you want to save some money at the shortstop position for 2,100. Cliff Pennington of the Los Angeles Angels, left-hander at Angel Stadium tonight. I really like him. I can't remember the BVP statistics, but he has some good career numbers versus Felix Hernandez. So if you want to pay down for a position for somebody at a really cheap price, Cliff Pennington for the Los Angeles Angels could be a great choice. That's about all for the shortstop position I see tonight. In my outfield, okay, I got 2 Tampa Bay Rays in my outfield. Kevin Kiermaier, I like him lefty versus righty matchup against a pitcher that I think is going to have a tough night tonight. And I also have Corey Dickerson. He's a left-handed batter. The only downside about Dickerson is that he's batting 8th in the lineup tonight. I really don't like to pick players that bat that low in the lineup, but he homered on yesterday, so I always look for players who's trending in on like a hot streak, and I think Dickerson, will definitely be someone who's not heavily owned. I think he's a good play, and the last outfielder that I like is Saunders for the New York Yankees. Saunders for the Toronto Blue Jays. Left-handed batter going up against a not-so-good pitcher in Green. Yankee Stadium is good for left-handed hitters to hit home runs. And Saunders, I think he possibly can get one. He's also batting in a nice spot in the order cleanup. He's batting 4th tonight. Now, other than those 3, I just use those 3 based on how I built my lineup. But just overall, good plays in the outfield. Billy Hamilton, they still got his price real low, 3,500. He's leading off. Best stolen base player in the league. Definitely consider him. Mike Trout, if you can afford him, stick him in your lineup. Over the last 5 years, a large sample size versus Felix Hernandez. He got like 6 home runs and batting like 375. The wind is blowing out at Angel Stadium. I had him in my lineup, but I wanted to switch it up because I think Trout might be kind of chalky. But Mike Trout definitely in play. And we all know about the Coors Field effect. Consider all those outfielders. Bryce Harper, Jason Worth, Corey Blackman. Charlie Blackman, Carlos Gonzalez. All the outfielders for that Coors Field game. I don't really need to say much about that. Consider them tonight. And, Chris Davis for the Oakland Athletics. He's homered in 3 straight games. I had him in my lineup the last 2 nights. He really helped me out. He has a good BVP statistics versus, what's the pitcher? Perez for the Rangers. I believe in 7 at bats, I want to say. He's batting .714 with 1 career home run. The only thing is Perez, he's known for being a ground ball pitcher. And now Davis is on the road, and a lot of people are going to pick him, so he might be kind of chalky. But Chris Davis, he's definitely in play. Good history versus the pitcher, and he's homered in the last 3 games. Trying to see if there's any other outfielders that I had liked. Maybe Ellsbury leading off for the Yankees at a favorable price of $3,000. And just going through the player pool. I think those are the main players in the outfield position. Let me not forget Nelson Cruz also. Good BVP statistics versus Nolasco. I believe it's 10 at-bats over the last 5 years. He's 3 for 10 with 2 career home runs. So Nelson Cruz, if you're a BVP person, definitely look at putting him in your lineup. But to go over how I currently have my lineup constructed, Smiley, he's that guy at pitcher for me. He's the one I feel most confident about, and the most secure about. If you got some money to like kind of experiment with, Scherzer would be like a good play because a lot of people scared of that Coors Field effect. And then at catcher, there weren't many options. I like Wilson Ramos for the Washington Nationals. At first base, it's a completely off-the-wall pick, but I have my reasons. Choi for the Los Angeles Angels. Robinson Cano, he's a lot for me at second base. I'm calling it. I think Robinson Cano hits a home run tonight. But Ian Kinsler is also another good play at second base. Corey, I keep saying Corey. Kyle Seager at third base. Just the weather conditions in that game. I love him tonight. And then at shortstop, I got Brad Miller, righty killer. Definitely got some power. I don't believe in the San Diego pitcher tonight. And I got some more Tampa Bay guys, Kiermaier, and Dickerson. And then I got another one off right now. I may switch it up. I might go to Chris Davis because he has been hot. But I like Michael Saunders for the Toronto Blue Jays. Now, I know y'all noticed I got another stack tonight. It's a Tampa Bay Rays stack. Drew Smiley at pitcher, Brad Miller at the shortstop, Kiermaier at one of the outfield positions, and Dickerson at the other outfield position. So I actually end up coming up with another stack, a Rays stack. I'm going to call this lineup my Shining Rays for tonight. And, that's pretty much what I got now. But since I got my bankroll up, I decided I'm going to make 2 lineups. And I typically only do 1 lineup. I'm not going to go over everything. But my second lineup, I just didn't want to be left out. I had to get some exposure to Coors Field. I couldn't resist, I guess. And I got a Washington Nationals stack. They just in a great spot. So, I'm definitely sticking with Smiley. And for my second lineup for the Nationals stack, I got Wilson Ramos, Anthony Rendon, Jason Worth, and Trey Turner. And then I combined some other players to make a second lineup. But the Nationals, they're going to be popular tonight. But I think what's going to make my particular stack different is I'm leaving out Bryce Harper and Daniel Murphy. They the two best players on the Nationals, and I made a National stack without them. So I don't know how many players going to think like that, but it's just something to think of. Maybe you could try for your lineups. But I don't want to make this video go too long, so I'm gonna end it right there. My overall thoughts for tonight: Smiley, he's that guy. I love the Tampa Bay Rays tonight. I like the Nationals tonight, and I also like the Seattle at the Angels game for left-handed batters. I think it's a perfect spot for left-handed batters to hit home runs in that game tonight. So it's about 4:45 here where I'm at in Decatur, Georgia, just waiting for lineups and to make my final adjustments. But like always, I want to thank everybody who took the time out to view this video. Definitely want to thank everyone who subscribed to this YouTube channel. I really do appreciate it. Thanks to everyone who's joined the Facebook group, and welcome to the new members. Be the Best DFS, Daily Fantasy Sports Talk. And also we're on Twitter. Thanks to everyone for following at Be the Best DFS. And just search that hashtag all throughout social media. Hashtag Be the Best DFS. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I had 2 successful nights. I'm looking to make it 3 in a row. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I hope y'all found the information helpful. If you like it, please subscribe and tell people about the videos, so I can build my brand up and just get better in this DFS thing. But that's about it. Thanks again, and I'll leave y'all with what I always leave y'all with. Just try to be the best tonight. All right, I'm out.